What up, what up, what up? Let me know if my audio's all right. We got a lot going on. Still at consensus. It's the last day. It has been a wild ride, wild ride. Good to see everyone here. Let's see who we got. Mark Harris, Sooner. Oh, the chat just popped off. Daniel, good to see you. Oh, nice to see everyone here today. Man, awesome. Good. Audio's good. 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 No, it's good. It's good to be back, guys. It has been a crazy week. For some pretty crazy meetings as well. Got to meet with some high-profile people. It's been a lot of fun. Coming back tomorrow, and we'll be back to the normal content. We'll definitely have to do a bunch of member-only live streams next week. Talk about a lot of stuff that went on down here in Texas. But super happy to see everyone jumping in right now. I'm definitely missed firing up these live streams at the normal schedule. Haven't been able to produce any new content as of recent, so we'll definitely get a big content jump when I get back into it. I have so much news to catch up on as well. I've been meeting with people in person, talking to so many people. I haven't had a chance to really catch up with a lot going on. So anything interesting, guys, that's been popping off over the last couple of days, and you want to know about it, feel free to drop it, because I'm doing a bit of a news catch up right now, and I know you guys are probably all over it. No, my girlfriend didn't make it to consensus. I was here on business for Digital Wealth Partners, the advisor that I'm under. Floor says, Corporate Mickle, how you look sharp. Appreciate that, Floor. Yeah, guys, we got 108 on YouTube right now, so make sure to smash the like button if you're on YouTube. I'm in a room right now. I don't know when I'm going to get kicked out of this room. It's very likely I will. So we want to get as many people in here before I have to shut down this live stream and I get kicked out of the room. So appreciate everyone doing that. And also, if you're over on X, a retweet goes a long way. Let's get as many people in here before I get booted. Interledger protocol, when operating, transacting in universal mode, is designed to use XRP by default. Is this your understanding as well? Robert, I'm not going to lie. I do not know enough about Interledger protocol. Universal mode is designed to use XRP by default. I would not be surprised if it was. At the end of the day, Interledger is really a Ripple team creation. So I would not be surprised if they can do that. But to be completely honest with you, this is going to be something that I am going to take a screenshot of and look into in the future. So really appreciate this question. It's not very often I get something that I haven't heard much about. So awesome question. And excited to get back to you on that, because it's not something I've looked into that much. To be completely honest with you, Interledger is a really cool project. It's something that I haven't seen a lot of big announcements around, a lot of big adoption. So because of that, I haven't paid as much attention to it as I would if I was seeing a lot. But if there's more there that I have to look into, I'm excited to do that. Harbinger says, I'm more excited about the fact that the real world assets are going to need to be paired with XRP pools. Yeah, this is huge. And it really goes down to back to the vision of what Ripple's been doing the entire time with XRP. They were just doing it in a centralized way. So for the first time, we really doing this in a decentralized way with the automated market maker. And obviously that's super exciting to see. Intermickle protocol. I'm doing whoa, good to see you. Back to home base now. Everyone sorry guys, hopefully that's not too loud. I need to figure out how to mute text on my new laptop. We'll get there. Jeez. Sorry, 1 second. Let me see if I can fix that, because that's very distracting. Messages. Settings. There we go. All right, that's fixed. Taylor, no, maybe not Taylor. DFin, good to see you. Turn off notifications. Yeah, notifications are off now. Sorry about that. New laptop I'm running. I got a new laptop just for when I got down here. My old laptop couldn't handle the streams. And actually, funny enough, this laptop handles streams better than my desktop. So kind of funny on that aspect. And the camera quality is good, really good. Like, guys, this is the stock MacBook that I'm streaming on, and I'm using the stock camera on the Mac, and this thing has surprisingly great quality. Have you met Zach Rector yet? No, I met Zach Rector in Vegas, but he's not down for Consensus. Consensus is a funny place, man. It's not, you'd think Consensus was this big crypto event where everyone was like meeting together, and it's been great networking, but it's nothing like XRP Vegas. It's nothing like XRP Vegas. XRP Vegas was a blast. And also, guys, I'm going to be going down to Cape Canaveral for the QFS conference put on by Mel. So the microphone's not good. I got to see if I can fix this microphone. This microphone should be better. Maybe if I get it closer to my face, it will be a little better. Let me know if that makes any difference. This microphone should be pretty good. So, oh no, the microphone on the MacBook sucks. Okay, good. I thought it was my microphone. I was like, oh man, this thing should be pretty decent. Okay. No, I think he was saying microphone on the Mac was bad. Good, because I got these things and they're nice. It like clips right on. I can talk with it. So, okay, cool, Harbinger. Awesome. Good. You never know, right? Because I can't hear what I sound like. I'm just kind of going into it without knowing what's going on. So it's always nice to hear that. I hear that's running well. 173 on YouTube, guys. Make sure you're smashing that like button. Let's see if we can get past 150 likes on YouTube. That'd be incredible. And also on X, retweets. Good luck getting a word in with Mel. He's a character. Yeah, Mel's a good guy, man. Mel's a good guy. I'm excited to go down there. and get to see him. And yeah, I know a lot of people who are fans of the channel who are down there. So it's just going to be cool to network and speak with a lot of them. And yeah, there's some really cool people going down there. So I'm excited for that. We need an update on XRPL AMA. Seems like things are quiet. I think you mean the AMM. Yeah, what we're really waiting for the AMM is more real world assets. So we need assets coming to the XRP Ledger AMM to pair XRP against. And once that happens, I believe we're going to see a big influx in total locked value. We're just kind of at a point right now where all the XRP that was going to be paired against a lot of the tokens on the XRP Ledger has been paired, and we just need more assets. Check magnetic finance. That's something I've heard a decent amount about. Let's check that out. Magnetic finance XRP is an XRP project. Okay. Oh, very cool. Yeah, I'll switch this over. I like to just vet it real quick before I throw it up, because I never want to be throwing up anything that might look suspicious or anything. But we're going to take a look at the magnetic finance thing together. So what looks like a DeFi platform. So it looks like they got automated market maker pools here. Let's take a look at those. All right, loading a bit longer than I would like to see, but maybe that's just my laptop. I would like to see what this farming is. Wow. These are some crazy yields. Okay. This is interesting. Oh, wow. Daily distribution. Okay, this is very interesting. I'd never seen this before. I really appreciate you pointing this out. I'm going to have to do some more research on this and really take a look at what's going on here, but it looks promising. Let me take a look at some of these pools. It's probably just because I'm on the crappy consensus Wi-Fi. I'll have to say this. So right now I'm in a Google room that I'm not supposed to be in, and I told everyone I had a scheduled meeting going on here, and they totally just were like, oh, go ahead. but eventually someone's going to come in here who's supposed to have a meeting, so I'm going to get thrown out of here. It's one of the only quiet rooms I can get into, and I was like, I need to do a live stream. I've been missing out on these things. So eventually someone's going to knock. Someone just knocked on the door and came in and like, oh, sorry. But one of these times someone's going to come in here. You're like, you need to get out of here. This is cool. This is really cool. I'm going to have to look a lot more into this. I really like this platform. It looks clean. I need to take a closer look on exactly what's going on here. So it's the amount of farmers in. It looks like you're farming the magnetic token, which is interesting. I would like to see what the magnetic token is trading for. I know in the automated market maker, they had one of the largest pools. Yeah, it looks like their pool is pretty high. I should be able to see the price of magnetic against XRP. In the trading and the DEX. Let's see if I can find it there. Yep, magnetic against XRP. Let's get the price here. 1,004. What? One magnetic is $730. Is that right? Is that correct? Is one magnetic $730? Let me know if that's true. Oh, thank you so much, Murdoch. And guys, just so you know, I haven't been able to actually look at the price. I haven't been able to actually look at the chat when I was going through the magnetic thing. So I'm not ignoring comments. Okay, wow, this is cool. This is really cool. Yeah, guys, I'm not going to. I can't give any kind of validation to a $3 million market cap project because it's so small and illiquid. But I like what I see here a lot. It seems like it's got a lot of promise, and these are the kinds of projects that are going to bring a lot of adoption to the XRP ledger. So whoever brought magnetic to my attention, I really appreciate that. This is something I'm going to keep my eye on going forward. Really, really good. Yeah, it's probably not on. Guys, this thing is brand new. This project is brand new, so I'm not surprised it's not listed yet. It looks like the token is trading for $700 a piece, which don't overthink that. It just means there's a low supply. Nothing wrong or nothing bad. It's kind of cool to see a higher price token. You don't normally see that on the XRP ledger. I would love to know if the team is doxed. Let me see if I can take a look at the docs. I like to see a doxed team. Dice? What are dice? A little gambling platform? I got to be careful with that, but I understand taking the risk and some stuff like that. Very cool. Very cool. I like it a lot, and I really appreciate. Yeah, Harbinger, it's look, it's definitely a red flag, but I don't necessarily hold it against some of these projects. Look, there's a lot going on in the regulatory space right now, and I think a lot of people just want to get their feet wet and make sure their project is something that has volume and something that's going to be needed and used. So hopefully we see them dox themselves pretty soon. I think it's an important step, but I'm not going to hold it against them yet because their project is so new. What I like to see is a really good website. It seems like they're providing some things that haven't been provided before in terms of farming. Yeah, cool stuff. Oh, is XP Market in the chat? Oh no, you said it. You checked on XP Market. Cool. Yeah, no, XP Market and this. I mean, great websites. Great websites. Cool to see it. It's cool to see it. It's nice. Look, the XRP ledger for a long time got a lot of flack for the amount of projects being built on the XRP ledger. And what we're seeing right now is really an explosion of people building on the XRP ledger. It's just so reassuring to see. One of the things that I'm starting to notice, especially at Consensus, is you start to hear a lot of people, you no longer hear the flack on the XRP ledger. I think people are starting to really understand the value there. And a lot of the things like Tron, Tezos who are here, they're just not getting any attention. So the XRP ledger is really moving up. I'm surprised Solana is not here at consensus. That's one I haven't seen. A conversation I just had, which was really cool, and I'll tell you guys about this for a little bit, is with Perry and Boring. I actually just met up with her and the rest of my team, and we got to talk with her about some big things going on in the crypto space right now. FIT21, SAB121, whether or not she thinks Gary Gensler is going to be in and out of the SEC. We got to sit down and actually talk with her team, and it was really cool. First thing I'll say is she's an incredible woman. It's always so cool to see women in the blockchain space really making an impact. I really like to see it a lot personally. There's a lot of testosterone in this space sometimes. And I think someone like her who can really kind of blaze the trail for such an important part of what this industry is going to be, massive props to her. And what she's doing isn't easy, right? Like she's spending a lot of time meeting with regulators, having hard conversations. So massive amounts of respect to everything she's doing. Some of the cool things she said, one, she doesn't think FIT21 is going to pass the Senate. Two, she thinks it's very possible SAB 121 will be repealed, but she does think Biden's going to veto. So she thinks Biden's going to veto, and then the SEC is actually going to repeal SAB 121. So she thinks the administration is worried they're going to look weak if they don't veto after they said they were going to do it. So she thinks SAB 121 will go away. We actually had a quick conversation with Hester Peirce as well, who also is shocked that SAB 121 was already gone. So it seems like SAB 121 is going away. Very, very good sign there, because that means institutions will actually be able to recustody. How many days does he have to veto SAB 121? I think we have the number on that. I think it's the third or fourth. We should be seeing that. Was the Deaton fundraiser fun? Deaton fundraiser was really fun. Oh, and I'll just finish up on Perry and Boring. She said one of her favorite events she's been to was XRP Vegas, and that was really cool. It's really cool that the XRP community has less. It's really cool that the XRP community has left such a great impression on someone like Perry and Boring, who's meeting with these regulators. She was blown away by Brad Kimes and what went on at XRP Vegas. She was blown away by the individuals she met there and how focused everyone was on the speakers and meeting with her. So really, really nice to see that. It seems like she had a lot of high praise for the XRP community. And when you're someone like Perry and Boring, right, who's meeting with regulators, meeting with a lot of these different people who matter, it's good that we left such a good taste in her mouth at XRP Vegas. So I was really happy to hear that. The Deaton fundraiser was incredible. Some big names I got to meet at the Deaton fundraiser was, I'll tell you guys some stories about that. That was cool. I got to meet Meta Law Man James Murphy, incredible guy. I didn't really know he knew who I was, but he saw me and ran up to me and shook my hand. And he said he watches the content. He said he was so appreciative for everything I do. And it was cool, right? Because I didn't even know he really knew who I was. And I was ready to say the exact same thing to him, but he beat me to it. And it was really cool to talk with Meta Law Man. He also said he was blown away by the XRP community, blown away. He said he absolutely loved the community. He couldn't believe it when he was at XRP Vegas and how positive and complimentary everyone there was. Really, really cool to talk with him. Extremely nice guy. I think he's going to be doing some really big things in the space. And thank you so much, Harbinger. I really appreciate that, guys. Really appreciate that. So thank you for that. It's one of the things I really try to push on this channel. But no, he was absolutely incredible. Getting to talk with him. Another cool one I met Wendy O for the first time. She was super sweet, super sweet. Just a quick conversation with her. She didn't know who I was, but it was still really cool getting to talk with her. She's kind of a crypto OG. Who else? Mario Nafal, the one who runs the Twitter Spaces, this was a funny one. I didn't think he really knew who I was either. I know I went on his Twitter Spaces once in a while, but Mario came up to me and he sought me out, and he came up and shook my hand, and he said, Mickle. He's like, you are one of the hardest people to get on my Spaces. He's like, you are so picky. He's like, we invite you on the space every single day, and you are the only person who shows up whenever you want to show up. And it was cool. It was cool. He was very complimentary, very nice. Um, um, yeah, he's crazy Twitter famous. Yeah, so he ran up to me and shook my hand and just said how much he liked having me on the show. And, I was kind of saying to some of the guys backstage, whether or not he just does that because it's really good for getting people to come on more, or whether it was genuine. It seemed genuine to me. It's still really cool it's cool to kind of have that interaction with someone, right? And to see how much someone appreciates you coming onto their show is awesome. So he was a very cool person to meet. Obviously, I got to meet John Deaton, and that was awesome. Did he say, can you stop busking Scamp Nooner? He didn't. No, Taylor, to be honest with you, he's like Mickle. He's like, and his eyes are wide open. Mario's a funny guy, man. Mario's a funny guy. Super, super cool dude. More genuine than I thought. Looks you in the eyes, shakes your hand, is not like, oh, hey, and on to the next person. Like, wants to sit there and talk. So that was really cool. But he said, Mickle, he's like, you know your stuff. He's like, when you get up here, you talk. He's like, I just listen. He's like, what you say is always so insightful. And normally when I'm going up there, I'm shitting on Rand. So I thought he might have some bad blood with me because I kind of come up there and, I throw it at Rand a little bit. But he seemed very, very, very complimentary of me coming on the show. And that was one I was surprised about. I got to meet Scott Melker, too, Wolf of Wall Street's. Good guy, really good guy. He was kind of funny because he shook my hand. He's like, oh, you're a real person. Let's make it. Look, Taylor, I think I could convince him. I wish I got to spend a little more time. But Mario and Scott, I think, were both surprised to see me in person. And I went up to Scott, and then Mario came running up to me later. But both were great conversations. Both good guys, both really good guys. And that was a fun meet. Also, guys, I'll say right now, make sure to drop a like on the stream. I hate to always say it, but it makes such a big difference. Let's see if we can get up to 200 likes on YouTube. And if you're over on X, a retweet is incredible. Dave Weisberger, I got to meet him. He actually knew who I was, which I was surprised about. He told me the day the ETH ETFs went live, his platform did $1.2 billion of volume. So kind of insane. Oh, catch you later, Murdoch. Great having you here, Murdoch. You know we love having you here. Kind of insane to hear Dave talk about how much volume his platform was doing. Ed, it is amazing how many spaces Mario does, and he's becoming a really big deal. He could end up being one of the biggest media platforms out there. So shout out to Mario, and I have to do a better job of getting on those spaces and going on and talking with people. They really are doing a good service over there, and I got to give them some more time. I used to do a lot of work over there, and I felt maybe, I didn't like going up there and always creating controversy with people like Rand, but hearing Scott and Mario be so complimentary of the stuff I did kind of made me feel a lot more welcoming to kind of come back on there and talk. And Mario pretty much said he wants me there. So, it's good. It's good to hear. Linda, good to see you. Love to see you, Linda. Love to see you. We always love having you here. Yeah, no, Ed, he does. He provides some really, really outstanding coverage of a lot of things going on. Ripple actually has the biggest stand-up consensus. It's in the back more, but it's definitely the biggest. Ripple has a massive, massive section here. And I got to talk to some of the Ripple employees as well, which is really cool. it's funny. Most of them didn't know who I was, which was awesome because I kind of dropped it on them later in the conversation. But it's kind of cool. I kind of get to go stealth, you know. No one knows. No one needs to kind of try to trick me, or not to kind of trick me, but like talk up to me, right? They kind of just talk to me candidly, and then I'm like, oh, by the way, like I'm Mikkel, and they're like, oh. They're like, hello. That's cool. Ed said, dude, you're on the right track. Never doubt yourself. You would be an asset to any of those spaces. Thank you, Ed. I appreciate that a lot. A certain part of me, though, Ed, and I really do appreciate that comment. But, you know, I don't really get that much from going on the spaces personally. You know, I feel like to a certain degree, it's fun getting to go up there and speak with people, but it takes away time I can kind of spend doing these lives and doing other stuff for my own personal brand. So it's all about finding balance. And maybe I'll try to do one a week and just get the name out there, and that would be a good start. But you know, it's tough. It's tough. It's tough. I wish days were longer, man. I wish days were longer. Taylor said, tell both of them, Taylor from Mickle Markets. Hope they both step on Legos in the middle of the night. Taylor, that's funny. That's really funny. Strong Mountain, good to see you. Great to see you. I love all the Mickle for presidents. You know, guys, I want to stay as far away from politics as possible. As much as I appreciate that comment, as funny as I think it is. You know, I this is my kind of style, man. Even when I talk to Jake Claver, he's the CEO of the company. Look, he's the front man, right? He's the CEO, and I kind of like being a little bit more in the back, right? My thing is I like interacting with people. I like speaking with people. Eddie, good to see you, Eddie. Love having you here. Love having you here. Eddie, it's been incredible here. Got to meet so many amazing people. I'm trying to think of some of the other ones. Deaton, I got to meet at that conference. Fred Rispoli, you guys all know Fred. Fred cracks me up. He showed up for a day, and it was great getting to talk with him last night. But I'll say kind of my highlight was probably Meta Law Man. Him coming up to me and shaking my hand and saying how much he appreciated what I do. That took me back a little bit. I wasn't expecting that. And Eddie, I was saying earlier, I don't know if you were here, one of the people I got to meet with today was Perry Ann Boring, and I had a long conversation with her, and she was blown away by the XRP community. She went to XRP Vegas and said it was actually one of her favorite conferences of the entire year. She said she was absolutely blown away with how supportive the community was at XRP Vegas. Brad Kimes actually created a fundraiser for her where Brad actually raised over $100,000 for the digital chamber. She said she got to meet one-on-one with Brad Garlinghouse and Michael Arrington and said it was one of the best times she's had in a long time at any event. And to be able to see her candidly talk about that, and just so you guys know, Perry Ann had no idea who I was. She didn't even know I was in the XRP community. She was saying this prior. This came out organically. It was awesome. It was awesome. And you could tell she was kind of taken back by the entire thing. And just to be able to show off that side of our community, I think is really special. So I got to talk to Perry Ann about kind of what we're doing on the professional side and how we're looking to be able to provide financial advice in the cryptocurrency ecosystem. And, you know, it was something that you could tell really resonated with her. She really, really liked the idea of being able to help people in this space. One of the hardest things that I've had to hear is I've gotten to meet with a lot of legal people here who work on actually recovering funds from people who got involved in crypto scams. And I kind of realized that one of the main things I want to be able to do is make it so people don't need to go through the recovery process. So many people are looking to find funds that are lost and they got scammed out of. And I just realized like there's a lot of these things that are so avoidable if people just sat down and talked with someone who understands the space and has common sense on how some of these things go. And look, it's a lot of this stuff is marketed at people to steal their money and to scam them. So to be able to sit down with people and just have a conversation, a professional conversation, about some of these things, I think is going to be incredibly valuable. And it's really sad to hear about some of these people who've lost these exorbitant amount of money. And I'm talking like $2 to $3 million, like in crypto scams. As much as it's sad to hear some of these stories, it makes me so confident that I can provide a lot of value in just sitting down with people and walking them through some of these decisions before they go through. And that was one of the biggest things, like me and Perry Ann were really able to like talk a lot on. And it was one of my favorite conversations I've had. She's a really, really, really nice person, super genuine. And I was really happy to hear kind of how much praise she had for the XRP community and how she really left XRP Vegas looking at the community in a different light. That was a lot of fun, and maybe one of my best conversations I've had. I would say that was a good one. Meta Law Man was good. Hester was interesting. I didn't get to really speak with Hester. I think at that point I was like a little bit like nervous. I was like, all right, now we're getting pretty close to DC, but still super cool just to see Hester in person. She walks around with about a 6'7" bodyguard. Very understandable. I will say the thing about Hester is like, very, very, very understanding of the predicaments. Sometimes I wondered whether or not she was just kind of like, oh, there's nothing I can do. She gets it. She really does. There's not much she can do with her position. She does what she can. I think ultimately she's a big asset for the space, and she was confident on SAB 121 ultimately being repealed by the SEC. So, Taylor said, fortunately, I think it alludes to how much more intelligent our community is that we wouldn't fall for those over here. I agree to a certain degree, Taylor, but I will say some of the conversations I've had were with people in the XRP community who lost big. So it's across a lot of them. I'll say you don't hear about a lot of it, Taylor. And the reason you don't hear a lot about it is because unfortunately people feel dumb afterwards, right? It's sad. They feel dumb. They feel like they were stupid for making this decision. And I don't think they're stupid. I don't think they're dumb. I know how convincing some of these things can be, but it's sad because if they go to a financial advisor to talk about this stuff, they can't help them. The financial advisor will say crypto's all a scam. And if they go to a family or friend to talk about some of this stuff, most of them just don't have the education to be able to provide any real world insight. So being able to kind of provide that service for people and just be someone that people can talk to about this stuff, I hope that provides a ton of value in really preventing a lot of these things that I believe can be avoidable, and they're avoidable in other industries through the financial advisor relationship. Harbinger says, thanks for being so dedicated to your community and focusing on facts, not emotion, always being so positive. Oh, Harbinger, thank you so much for the donation, man. I appreciate that so much. Part of my positivity is what you guys have brought back to me and really creating this ecosystem of people who are so positive, so upbeat, and just so optimistic about the future. And it's incredible. Arter, good to see you, man. Always love having you here. Consensus is fantastic, man. I was just going through some of the relationships I made here. One of them was Perry and Boring, super complimentary of the XRP Ledger ecosystem. Got to meet John Deaton, got to meet Meta Law Man, Mario Nafal, the one who does the big Twitter spaces, got to meet him, super nice guy. Wendy O, another incredible one, got to shake her hand. Eleanor Terra, how could I forget her? Awesome getting to meet her. Fred Rispoli, so a lot of really cool people. And yeah, it's always overwhelming for me a little bit because I forget that these people know me, and to kind of have them like know me, and a lot of these people are bigger than me, is always really cool. So we've had a great time. I'm not gonna lie, I would it's been the people I've met here rather than the actual event that has been so special. I kind of felt differently about XRP Vegas, right? I just felt like XRP Vegas, it was like the whole event. Like everything was so organized. It was so put together. The speakers were lined up perfectly. The discussions were so good. The itinerary was solid. You knew what was happening. You knew the plan. You knew all these things happening. At Consensus, it's very chaotic. There's a lot of different people all doing different things. It's like you always are like running around like what's happening here, and then like events are happening at the same time. Like John Deaton's event was at the same time as like the Digital Chamber event. So it's just very unorganized. There's a lot of cool stuff going on, but then it's like, it's a little bit of a disaster. Let's put it that way. And it's a great event in terms of what it is, but it gives me a lot of respect for what Brad Kimes has been able to do with XRP Vegas, because I think it actually blows this out of the water. Like if you're sitting there thinking like I need to go to a cryptocurrency event, like I paid a significant amount less for the XRP Vegas than for Consensus, and I would have paid 4 to 5x for what I paid for Vegas for what I'm getting at Consensus, man. It's not even close. It's really not even close. So this is only my second cryptocurrency conference, and it put what Brad's done in Vegas in a whole new light, completely new light. I can't speak highly enough about it, and I'm not involved in that at all, right? So like I don't get anything. I didn't get any commission for signing people up there. I still don't get any commission. So you're talking to someone who couldn't be more neutral on it. I went to both, and that event went off so well. The only hitch was the check-in process, but even that wasn't bad. Yeah, no, I agree. Nothing's ever going to be perfect. But there's something so special about going to an event and just having everyone in the same community and all being in the same place. It's really special. It's really special. You just don't feel like that with Consensus. With Consensus, it just feels like everyone's just there to like sell you on what they're doing. Everyone's there for business, right? Everyone's there to network, and it's cool, right? That's cool, but it's nothing like Vegas, right? Vegas is like we're here as like a community, and like everyone's got your back, right? Like everyone's there together. It's a family. Everyone just wants to talk and get to know each other. Everyone wants to go listen to speakers and get to know people and network and meet each other. It's not even close when it comes to that level of stuff. So I would say if you're looking to just create like a project, and even if you're a project, man, it's a completely different level. Still having a great time at Consensus, don't get me wrong. It's been a blast, but on another level, I think. Taylor says, I'll say the past bear market, it was definitely hard to sit on the hands and not want to dabble in memes, but that's where you tell yourself short-term gambling or stack utility tokens for the future. Yeah, Taylor, and look, that's been the talk here, right? So many people are into meme coins. It's so funny, man. You'll be at like you'll be out like at the bar with some people, and you'll see them checking their meme tokens. It's funny in the XRP community, right? Like we're sitting there, all of these people are wearing like these crazy outfits, and here we are with like suits, right? It's like me, Jake, and a lot of the other people sitting there with suits, right? Just trying to have conversations with people about the digital assets. A lot of these people are wearing crazy outfits, right? And you see them check the price, and it's down like 90%. Someone just got rugged, and you hear everyone talking about the rug pull that just happened. And then someone else is running around that just made a 10,000. It's completely different ways of investing. And look, you can make a lot of money doing the meme coin stuff. We'll see how it pans out over the long run of sustainability. But it is funny when you see the professionalism difference between some of the other communities and kind of what the XRP community has brought to Consensus. King Sella says Ripple filed a motion to dismiss claims about XRP suppression. Do you understand? Really appreciate the donation, King Sella. Really, really, really appreciate that. Yeah, no, I did see that. I think there's a couple things to get into there. Ripple obviously wanted to make it clear that they didn't suppress the price of XRP. Obviously, that is important in the case, but we're kind of at the point where these filings don't mean much. I think the judge already knows how she's going to rule. And I actually got the chance. This is cool, right? These are kind of conversations. I actually got the chance to talk with Fred Rispoli, and I think he was spot on with how he thinks this case is going to wrap up. He thinks he's going He thinks that Judge Torres is going to issue a fine of around $25 million. Everything Ripple done in the past in terms of ODL is going to be illegal, and everything Ripple is doing now with ODL is going to be a non-judgment. And if the SEC wants to take Ripple back to court on new ODL stuff, they can. If not, then it's perfectly fine. And I don't think the SEC is going to take Ripple back to court on new ODL stuff. So it's, it's kind of just like it's pretty much wrapped up. And XRP not being a security obviously was a massive win in his eyes, but it's always cool getting to talk to a legal expert. Programmatic sales are not securities, so those are perfectly fine. It's all the institutional sales. It's all the institutional sales. Look, Ripple doesn't care about selling XRP with the institutional wrappers they were putting on it, because they could just sell XRP to institutions programmatically, right? They could just sell in a different version. They get around the laws. The only big hang up was on whether or not the ODL contracts they were issuing with securities. But what Ripple did was they just changed the contract, and they said, okay, new contract, new offering. And that's the problem. The SEC can only regulate in the past tense. They can't regulate in future tense. So they can stop Ripple's past behavior, but Ripple's a very nimble fintech company. This was a quote by Brooks Entwistle, right? He said, we're extremely nimble, and that means they can change products to get around different regulations and different rules issued by a court. So it's a great thing about what Ripple can do. If the issue was that they were issuing XRP via ODL with a certain lockup expiration and some other things, they can issue XRP without the lockup expiration and other things. So they can restructure ODL to be compliant. Talking to Fred, he believes this is exactly what we're going to see. Sorry about that. And Judge Torres is ultimately going to allow that to fly. I still need to give clarity to ODL since it was lumped up with institutional. Yeah, Taylor, I think Judge Torres is literally going to say, hey, we're only talked about ODL past tense in this case. ODL future tense is not something that was on the table in this case. And unless there's a new legal action, then that's perfectly fine. The best thing that could happen is we get lucky and Gary Gensler resigns pre-final ruling. Please, I completely agree. Or, Taylor, that it's just that it's such a bad look, they're forced to give up. Look, the politicians are not dumb. Like, they know Ripple is one of the biggest lobbying agencies out there. They know Ripple is in the middle of the SEC case. So if the strategy going forward is to have a less anti-crypto stance and the SEC is trying to pivot there, that's going to be... Oh, I'm sorry, guys. 3 days of 24/7 conferences taking a toll on me. That's going to be a decision they're going to have to make, right? So I think it's very likely we see the SEC essentially being forced to pivot. Daniel the Sniper, if Gary resigns, will the market pumps? Yeah, I think if Gary resigns, the market will pump, and that would be funny, right? Look, the market right now is being held back by regulatory uncertainty. So a change there is a big change. Tom Emmer is a notorious grandstander, but not gonna lie, he got me a little excited. Yeah, I agree. Look, Tom Emmer, I think he's good for the crypto space. There's not much he can really do, right? We just need a more pro cryptocurrency administration. I took the bait. Yeah, I took the bait as well. What do you say, Daniel? Oh, maybe just winking to the grandstanding comments. Mikola Red Bull. I could use a Red Bull. Bad. I could have used a coffee. I was so nervous going into the meeting with Perry and Boring in the digital chamber that I was like, oh, man, like I no coffee, right? No coffee. I just want to be calm, collected, get through this meeting as professionally as possible. And I think it went really well. But I was like, all right, we'll get coffee after. And then we were walking around a bit, and I was like, shoot, I want to go live stream, right? I haven't talked to everyone in so long. I want to give them some updates on consensus. So I skipped the coffee and ran out. 157 likes and 197 people watching. Yeah, guys, this is why I think YouTube really does kind of suppress some of my stuff. I wouldn't be surprised if they do. I've never seen someone live stream and get the kind of ratios I get. I've never seen anyone really get the like to viewership ratio. And I'm not saying just me, right? I think a lot of cryptocurrency accounts, specifically in the XRP community, are suppressed to some level. But I see live streams from other influencers who get 157 likes and they'll have 500 to 1,000 people watching, right? So like, one, it shows how amazing you guys are, that you really do go out of the way to do these annoying little things that are so helpful for the channel. But two, it shows how powerful our community is, that we're able to stick together despite the fact that I feel like they do a lot of things, right, to kind of hold it back. Taylor, I can promise you, Fred is the funniest person at this conference, and he would make you crack up. Fred Rispoli is hilarious. I want to tell you guys stories, but like I don't want to like put him on blast. You know, I don't think he would really care, but he is so funny. So funny. I have a blast whenever I hang out with him. All right, I'll give you a good one. I know he won't care about this. For a while, Fred didn't realize that there was a For You page and a following page on X. So, right, you have like the For You, and then you scroll over and it's the following. So, like, one is like people you follow, and the other is like what it recommends. And he was stuck on the For You, so which was what X recommended. And he thought everyone from the XRP community like got up and left. So he was like, where did Mikkel go? Where did all these people go? They left me. Like, and in one day he accidentally flipped over and he's like, everyone's back. He's like, they didn't leave me. He's like, Mikkel, he's not dead. But it was so funny, man. He had like no idea there's two different feeds. So he thought like, he's like, why is suddenly everyone gone? Like, why can't I find any posts? He had me in stitches. And then someone called him through X and his phone was ringing, and he took the call. He's talking to him. We had this long conversation. He looks at me. He's like, how did they just call me? I don't even have their number. I was like, Fred, you can call through X. It was so funny. Oh, he's hilarious. There was a good question before. Which one was it? Yeah, no, Fred's awesome. There was a good one. Oh, I heard a guy from Promethium had a helmet on, but didn't see it. No, the guy from Promethium was talking and they cut over to some weird dude with a helmet on. Some insight on Promethium, guys. I got to talk to Perry and Boring about Promethium, and so they have this special broker dealer, but it's about to expire. So unless they can renew their special broker dealer, not only did Promethium not list a single tokenized security in their entire time as a company, but their license for how they list them is going to expire very soon. So in the 4 years they were running their specialized crypto security trading platform, they didn't list a single security, and now their license is about to expire. So it's funny because if you listen to the talk, Alex Kaplan, the CEO, will go up there and be like, we think a lot of this space is going to be tokenized securities. And then he gets asked, what happens if they're not? And he's like, we think they are, and kind of gives this smug smile. But then you learn that his license is about to be expired to even list them. Not a lot of people think they'll be able to renew the license. So then he won't be able to even trade tokenized securities on his platform that can only trade tokenized securities. So some pretty funny stuff with Promethium. They went on right before Brad Garlinghouse. I was hoping Brad Garlinghouse was going to give him a little, a little shot when he got up there. He kept it civil though. I don't buy Kaplan's BS. We just want to swim with the regulators and follow what they say. Yeah, sure, guy. Well, it also seems like he might not even be as in with the regulators as kind of people think. I don't know. It's funny that he talks so highly of Promethium, the business, but there's no business, right? That was kind of the joke me and Perry Ann kind of had going back and forth. It was like, okay, she's like, yeah, they're a startup. And then she's like, oh, well, technically there's not a startup because they've been around for so long. And I was like, well, they kind of are a startup because do they even have any revenue? Do they really have business? So funny stuff there, man. It was funny getting to see him in person. He looks like the evil villain out of a movie. And he was talking and he was getting booed. I don't think a lot of people really take him seriously. I think he really seems like a BSer. And I think a lot of people picked up on that pretty easily. We're going to take a quick look at X, see if we got any interesting content going on there. Imagine waking up and putting on your pants and flying to a conference to know that nobody likes you. I couldn't do it. Yeah, it's funny, man. Jake had a good point. He's like, maybe they're just kind of pushing forward. Maybe it's just pushing forward like this like villain tactic as like no publicity is bad publicity. But I don't know. PCE came in unchanged. Okay. Let me see if anything else interesting. Oh, XP Market. Oh, NFT Marketplace new on XP Market. Craig Burns says, congrats on the formulation of the working relationship with Jake. I'm looking forward to working with y'all in the future. Oh, would love to work with you in the future. Would love to work with you. And just to be candid, we're almost got everything set up. It's a grind, man. It's a grind. But look, we're really excited to start onboarding people and start working with people. I believe we're going to have a product suite that's unmatched. I think it's going to be extremely competitive. And I think for certain individuals, it's going to be a no-brainer. Look, we're just trying to answer questions that people can't answer right now. And we don't think they're complex questions, right? Like, how do you get insurance on a crypto account so if the coins disappear, your money doesn't disappear? Or how do you actually pass on your crypto if you die? Look, a lot of us don't have family members who are capable of using a ledger. So if your plan is to keep a ledger hidden in some secret place and you die or your wife dies, how are those assets going to get transferred over? And also, are they going to go through probate? Do you really want your assets going through probate? Or would you rather have it go through a trust where it automatically transfers and there's no tax in place? So look, we're just trying to solve some of these things that we believe are going to bring professionals into this industry. We the people, this is a good question. Can you explain to me how meme coins make more gains than XRP? Look, the point of a meme coin, right, is to entice retail to come in. It's a marketing tactic. It is. And part of the marketing tactic is to create large pumps where insiders make a lot of money, and ultimately most people get burned. I know a lot of people think that meme coins are just something that are easy to trade back and forth. Guys, go to Consensus and talk to people how their meme coin trading goes. Look, once in a while people hit a home run, but there are a lot of losses along the way. Look, Ripple's just not in the position, or they're not trying to promote XRP as some kind of shill. They're not paying for ads about XRP on X. They're not shilling XRP with advertisements. They understand that the long-term game is to build utility, and speculation and liquidity will come in as use cases are built. So it's just completely different use cases, right? Like, you can either take the approach of, hey, I want to invest in Amazon during the dot-com bubble, right? I want to invest in Google during the dot-com bubble. I want to invest all these different utility companies. They weren't the ones that ran the hardest, right? They weren't the ones that had the most hype behind them. There was ones that did exponentially more gains, right? And, for some people, they just want to try to get behind the things with the gains. They want to try to chase what's moving the fastest, what's going on right now, how do I get in and out at certain prices? Look, if that's what you want to do, then you're a trader, and there's nothing wrong with that, right? I would argue that trading's really hard. I don't think a lot of people are successful, but there are people who do it successfully. And look, more power to you. But that's not really what I focus on here. And that's not to say that there's not a lot of value behind it, but a lot of what I do is long-term investing. So for me, it just doesn't worry me, right? The things that worry me in terms of XRP are thesis killers. Things like the entire world realizing that they're just going to build a neutral settlement currency, and they're going to be settling cross-border payments with World Token, which is governed by the large institutions all over the world, right? That would be bad for the XRP thesis. If developers were running from the XRP ledger, but I see them running forward. So those are the things I focus on. I could care less about what any other project is really doing, especially it makes me more bullish on XRP, to be honest, with everyone so focused on meme coins. With everyone so focused on meme coins and all this stuff, it just shows me that people are focused in the wrong areas. And I think it just leaves the door wide open for Ripple and XRP to dominate real world utility. So for me, it's like keep the memes coming, keep people focused on those, because I think it's just going to further reward the people who are focused on the right things. Yeah, we the people, but I always show people, man. I always show people the fact that you could have said the same thing from 2013 to 2017. All these different things are pumping off in the cryptocurrency ecosystem. XRP was trading sideways, wasn't making any gains. We the people, go look at a chart of XRP and watch what happened in 2017. While all these other coins were doing whatever, XRP was held back. It wasn't moving. And then boom, out of nowhere, you had an exponential run that ripped people's faces off. Look, there's no way to predict the future. There's no way of saying something like that is going to happen again. But I think you guys know where I lean on what we'll see. We'll see, right? Maybe the future of cryptocurrency isn't utility. Maybe the future of cryptocurrency is NFTs, apes, meme coins, and communities, right? And maybe there really is no institutional use case for cryptocurrencies. Maybe cryptocurrencies, right, are just not a financial product. I think that's insane, right? I think people who say that don't understand the value of what's being built here, don't understand the institutional interest, don't understand the adoption we've already seen, don't understand how critical these things are to updating technology that is outdated and insufficient in the future, in the current financial system. And I believe cryptocurrencies are one of the best ways we can solve a lot of these problems. And I believe the corporations and institutions focused on providing these problems for the financial system are going to be the ones to be rewarded big time. So that's where I sit. One of my favorite David Schwartz quotes ever was that one of my favorite David Schwartz quotes ever was David Schwartz said, whether or not cryptocurrencies succeed or fail, one thing that you need to take away is the fact that right now the financial system is severely outdated and it's due for a massive update. Whether or not cryptocurrencies completely fail, what you need to take away from what we are doing is that we are trying to fix a problem that is broken. I'm yet to see anything that, in my eyes, disrupts the thesis of cryptocurrency, solving real world institutional problems. And I just believe XRP is at the forefront of that. The longer the base. Yep. That's a famous one. You know who really made that famous and who I don't talk about enough is Kevin Cage. Kevin Cage and Eddie. I don't know if Eddie's still listening, but Kevin Cage and Eddie were two of the first people who really, really taught me a lot about XRP. A lot of XRP. Wow. Did anyone see the tweet by Brad Garlinghouse? Did anyone see the tweet by Brad Garlinghouse? I'll get into this in 1 second. This is, I can't believe Brad put this out there. Hold on. Let me just make sure this is current. Okay, are you guys ready for this? If the Biden administration is actually serious about a shift and finally waking up to crypto, the most important thing they can do is demand the resignation of Gary Gensler. Wow. Damn, that is quite the statement. Let me just get a tweet out there for that, because you don't hear that every day out of a CEO. I question too sometimes how effective that's going to be, but we'll see. Vet, good to see you. Guys, Vet keeps on ghosting me at all these conferences. I go to XRP Vegas, Vet does a no-show. I go to Consensus, Vet does a no-show. Of course, I'm just joking. Vet, we're going to have to meet at one of these conferences, man. But got to meet some members of XRP Cafe. Very cool. And man, I'm so excited to get to meet you at one of these conferences. And I always say this, guys, if you don't follow Vet on X, make sure to go do that. One of the best people out there for XRP education and the nitty gritty stuff, right? A lot of the technical stuff that I don't get a chance to highlight on this channel because Vet just knows it so much better than me. So I think Vet is one of those channels that is such a great compliment to what I'm able to provide. It's really stuff that I'm never going to be an expert in. And, I just like to be able to provide Vet as a resource and tell you guys that is the person that you need to go follow to get some of the education that I'm not able to provide you guys in a way that Vet really can. So huge shout out to everything Vet's doing. He's a massive resource to the community, and just make sure you give him a follow. Do you think passing DID amendment is a good signal for institutions? I think it's critical. Look, institutions cannot interact with cryptocurrency unless they know who's on the other side. If you're Bank of America, you can't join a liquidity pool with an Iranian terrorist, right? Like that's not good. So DID is just a critical step in institutional adoption. It's one of the things that Ripple's been focused on since the start, right? That most other chains aren't. Jesus Garcia, Mickle. Much love, Mickle. Any news for the last couple of days? Been off. To be completely honest with you, dude, I have been grinding at Consensus, and I haven't been able to really keep up with the news as well as I wanted to. Over the next couple of days, I'm going to be doing some videos to really recap a lot of this stuff. Oh, John, man, I'm at Consensus right now. I'm tucked in one of the few rooms possible to actually even do a live stream. So yeah, very noisy, but it's nice to be able to at least produce content. I should have the ability to do noise canceling on this mic. I probably need to download some software to really get it going well. Should have done that before, but what are you gonna do? Yeah, I don't know if I have the ability to get that moving right now, but we'll fix that. That's good to know, though. That's good to know. I assumed the noise canceling was a little better, but I'll have to go back. Okay, cool. As long as it's not too bad, right? Hopefully in the future I'm back to the office and I'm not live streaming with some dude DJing next to this little thing. Yeah. Oh man, I hate sending a tweet and messing it up and then having to delete it and then having to go back and recopy it and then repaste it. Okay, let's try that again. All right, let's see what we got. Okay, good, John. Good. Always appreciate having you here as well, John. You provided some great insight. By the time a meme is listed on Coinbase, your exit liquidity. Could not agree more. And guys, look, this is what I try to tell people, right? Like, look, I'm not saying that you can't trade meme coins. It's just not what I am going to focus on, right? It's just not what I'm going to focus on. I completely agree, Taylor. If you sat through this entire case in the past bear market and didn't break, you can make it through anything. I completely agree. I was talking to one person the other day, and I was just saying, I don't think there's a better Federal Reserve monetary system, security law, digital asset education out there than XRP. Oh, awesome, Chadwick. Chadwick, thank you so much. I feel the same way, Chadwick, to be completely honest with you. I have been so busy at Consensus. I am beat up, tired. I'm going to sleep all day on the plane tomorrow. I need a break, but it's been so much fun. And I am so excited to just get back into my routine, right? Get back to the normal live streams, get back to the normal videos. I am exhausted. I did run into Blockchain Backer. Always great talking to him, man. Blockchain Backer was one of those, and Darren Moore Jr. too. I meant to say him earlier. Love talking to Darren Moore Jr. Both of those guys are just two dudes who it's like cool. It's like it's not really like it's like just hey, like how are you doing, right? It's like just person to person. Guys, I'm gonna shut it down. I'm getting text right now that I am late for the next thing we're supposed to be going to. So thank you guys so much for stopping by. I'm really excited to get back in the normal flow of everything, getting back to actually being able to provide the member-only live streams, getting back to the regularly scheduled content and all of that. Thank you guys so much for being so incredible and being such a positive community. Never been more optimistic on where we stand and everything, getting to meet with a lot of these high-profile people in the background. And yeah, thank you guys so much for all you do. You're incredible. And for now, Nickel out.